Hey guys, this is Frozen Things Studios here, and welcome back to another movie review. And Avatar: The Way of Water comes out in a week from now, next week, and I'm definitely seeing that film. I don't know when, but either Wednesday or Fridays. But so yeah, now I think this movie is a good time to actually marathon something leading up to um Avatar: The Way of Water. However, I have already reviewed the first Avatar movie back since if you guys remember, I saw a movie in theaters back in September when the re-release came out, and I did a full review of it. And I think it's enough for me to not do a redo review of it. I think it should just stay on its own. So I thought, why not review the movies from James Cameron? Because come on, let's be real. James Cameron is one of the greatest directors of all time. He is like top five directors. Like, I would say Chris Buck and Jeffrey Lee is still my favorite director, and then you got Christopher Nolan, Steven Spielberg, and then James Cameron is right behind Spielberg. Um, maybe Damien Chazelle might be better than. Maybe I might prefer Damien Chazelle, but I'll have to like think about it. But wait, no, Damien Chazelle's not my top five. Never mind. He's like probably number six or something like that, or seven. But yeah, whatever. So yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be going all the way back to James Cameron's first movie. Well, yes, his first movie was technically Piranha 2, but honestly, I don't want to watch the movie. I don't really want to watch it because I know it doesn't look like a movie I would actually watch. And honestly, and considering that movie was panned by critics, I mean, I don't want to watch a James Cameron movie fail like that hard. I mean, so I honestly I don't want to consider that. I'm not gonna consider that movie canon to James Cameron's filmography. I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna pretend that this one was his first film, and then I'm gonna go. Sorry, I dropped my phone. But yeah. Back to what I was saying. Yeah. I'm gonna be reviewing. Yeah, this movie, and the last James Cameron movie review I'll be doing is Titanic. So yeah, let's start this off with the Terminator, which I personally consider his first film, like screw Piranha 2. So yeah, the Terminator. Well, yes, it is directed by James Cameron. When I do these James Cameron reviews or any director review marathon, I'm not gonna say directed by blank because you already know I'm doing this like for this guy's filmography. But yeah, so the Terminator came out in 1984, the same year as Ghostbusters and the Karate Kid. Basically, it stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, Linda Hamilton, Michael Biehn, and others, and basically tells the story of this soldier named Kyle Reese who was sent back from 2021. He went to 1984 to stop a killing machine, the Terminator or T-800 or I mean I don't know what the name of the Terminator is, but he's just mostly identified as the Terminator. But in Terminator 2 they give a program name. But so yeah, Kyle Reese must stop the Terminator to execute Sarah Connor, a young woman who pretty much has a future son named John Connor, who's going to be leading humanity in the future. So yeah, that's what the Terminator is trying to do. He's trying to prevent John Connor from leading, and the way to do that is to not make him born. So yeah, you don't see John Connor in this movie. It's just the Terminator and Kyle and Sarah. So yeah, yeah, the Terminator. I'm sure you know how this franchise is like. I mean, you got like the first two films, which are just absolute classics. But then after Terminator 2, yeah, I mean, yeah, the Terminator movies have turned into fan fictions at this point. Where like yeah, Terminator 3 was not very good. It absolutely disappointed people. Yeah, you got the TX which was a great villain. TX is probably my favorite Terminator villain. Don't get me wrong, but like I mean it really wasn't good. So like of course, well, considering Terminator 3 disappointed a lot of people. The producers of this the people like decided to make fan fictions out of Terminator. So they made Terminator Salvation, which was the most different Terminator movie. Terminator movie, but it still sucked. I used to think that Terminator Salvation was underrated, but now I can see the hate for it. It's pretty bad. Terminator Genesis, on the other hand, I think Terminator Genesis is overly hate is an overhated film. I Yes, don't get me wrong. Terminator Genesis is not it's not good. It's not that good. I mean, it's mostly just what if scenarios, like, what if this happened, what if that happened. It's like the like what if, as in the Marvel show. It's like the what if of the Terminator franchise, but just like put it into theaters or something. But I like the movie, but the movie actually does have fun action scenes, and I actually really like and I defend Emilia Clarke as Sarah Connor. I think Emilia Clarke as Sarah Connor looks really hot. Yeah, it looks really hot. But yeah, I just and then we got to Terminator Dark Fate, which I know there are people who like Terminator Dark Fate and say like it restored the franchise back to its former glory, but to me, I think it's probably the worst one. Unpopular opinion. I can't stand Dark Fate. I think like I mean it literally tried to be a direct sequel to Terminator Two, spit on it, poop on it, like tear it to shreds, and then just literally kill out John Connor for someone who killed John Connor, my favorite Terminator character, and then just screw around with him. Like, why? Yeah, but yeah, now but yeah, I just said my brief thoughts on the other Terminator films and what the franchise is in general. Now let's yeah, I didn't talk about Terminator 2 because I'll say that for the time when I review that film. But now let's talk about the Terminator. Yeah, the Terminator is an absolute classic. Yeah, this movie is a masterpiece. Now yes, this is the lowest budget of the Terminator film. So yes, I will admit, yes, the CGI is a little outdated. I mean, yeah, but the CGI in the third act is a little outdated. Especially like when the Terminator like turns into an entire skull, and then like you see like trying to walk. Like you can tell it's a little outdated, and it honestly kind of unfinished. But that's only my only nitpick. I mean, I can forget. I can forgive that because it's 1984. I mean, visuals haven't evolved yet. James Cameron hasn't really evolved with his visuals yet, so I'll forgive that. But what makes Terminator work is that it's how it plays itself with many different genres. It's an action movie. It's a slasher movie, kind of a slasher movie. Yes, it makes sense because you got this evil psychopath like being the prime focus. Um, I'm sure you know what I mean by that, but I kind of consider this a sci-fi movie because it basically follows the same formula as any slasher movie. It's not scary, but it is um it does have the formula of a horror movie. The story does have a formula of a slasher movie, and that's literally what makes it so great. It's a very simple story of this person being sent back to being sent to the past to save someone from being killed, and wants to keep John Connor alive. But with such a simple premise like this, I don't really have much to say about it. So this will be one of my shorter reviews on my channel. Yeah, I mean Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator was the obvious standout here. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the perfect casting choice for Terminator, and this is the role that made him popular. It's what made him a legend. He's not a good actor, especially if you look into like some of his other movies. Aside from Terminator, although True Lies is underrated. There's some roles with Arnold Schwarzenegger I like, but they each time Arnold Schwarzenegger would be in like cast list, that people would just rush to see it. It's just like yeah, they don't rush to see it, but we can all agree that the Terminator is Arnold Schwarzenegger's best performance. Period. And there is no competition about that. And he's just a perfect villain. I love like him. Just I mean, he's not trying to have any motivation. He's just like someone just. He's just a program. He's a program of Skynet, which they never mentioned Skynet until the second movie. So and now we get Sarah Connor. Sarah Connor is like probably one great female heroine who starts out as a normal person, just living your life, and probably isn't like ready that her son, she doesn't seem ready for, she's not ready for John Connor, but she doesn't know it. But she's just a simple heroine character. She doesn't go too far, but yet she's still a heroine. And by the time the second movie comes out, she has fully become like a badass at the time. This movie was just building her to be a badass. And Kyle Reese, excuse me, Kyle Reese. I almost said John Kreese for some reason, but yeah, Kyle Reese is a badass as well. He's pretty much the badass hero of the movie. But I mean, I don't mind. Such a masterpiece. The Terminator. So yeah, overall, the Terminator is such a masterpiece. This is my second favorite movie of 1984. No wait though. I mean to say this is my second favorite Terminator movie behind of course Terminator 2, and this is pretty much the last Terminator movie that I really liked. No wait, what am I saying? But yeah, this is also my second favorite movie of 1984. My favorite movie of 1984 is my favorite movie in 1984 would be The Karate Kid. I mean, yeah, I think you all know I think everyone knows everyone who knows me and my love for Cobra Kai knows that the Karate Kid is my favorite movie of the year. And kind of an unpopular opinion, but I actually prefer this over Ghostbusters. I know people say Ghostbusters is the best movie of 1984, but to me, I prefer the Karate Kid is my favorite movie of that year, and I prefer the Terminator. But and yeah, so yeah, with that said, I'm gonna give the Terminator a 10 out of 10. I want to say it's one of my absolute favorite James Cameron movies, but yeah, this movie has a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I can totally see why it has that rating. Even though I wish Terminator to Judgment Day got a 100% as well. So also for my review of the Terminator, and that's all for my first part of the James Cameron reviews leading up to leading up to Avatar: The Way of Water. What is your opinion on the Terminator? Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for my next James Cameron review leading up to Avatar: The Way of Water. The next one is going to be Aliens. So yeah, bye guys.